It's Jonathan Agger of Fear for Pro Boxing fans. I'm delighted to be joined by former world champion and top commentator slash broadcaster Chris Algieri. The big fight, September 25th here in London, Joshua against Oleksandr Usyk. What's your thoughts?
Man, I feel like I've been so far removed from these guys because of the pandemic. The heavyweights have not been busy. It's nice that they're back. That's good. Anthony Joshua, I love Anthony Joshua. I love his style. I love his makeup. I said it on so many interviews. I'm sorry for repeating myself. If I was going to create a heavyweight champion of the world on a video game, it would be Anthony Joshua. From his style, his size, athleticism, his speed, his power, his punching power. He's shown durability and heart in the past. He's got that dog in him, but he's got that blemish against Andy, and he got knocked out. Usyk is still undefeated. He's got an awkward style. I think the size is going to be a big issue. So I read somewhere where someone was saying like, Usyk is the same size as Muhammad Ali. Okay, but Joshua is bigger and more athletic than anybody that Ali ever fought, because heavyweights are different now. Anthony Joshua is a super heavyweight. That's that new generation of heavyweight, those 250-pound, 6'6" plus, 6'5" plus athletic heavyweights with power. Totally different thing than the guys from the 70s, or even like the giant Primo Carnera back in the day. Like those guys weren't athletic. This guy's different. So trying to make that comparison, I don't think holds any water. So for me, I think it's a really difficult fight. It's a difficult fight for either guy, but I go with Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury is fighting, obviously, Wilder in this trilogy, October 9th. I've spoken to a few people about this and asking how can Wilder win this third fight other than, obviously, the one-punch KO. I've spoken to a trainer who said to me he needs to shoot the jab more into the body this fight. He didn't do that in the rematch. Do you think that's a key for him? Have you seen, admittedly, it's difficult from just training videos, but do you think Malik Scott's going to implement something different on fight night?
I'm going back to what I said earlier when we were talking about, the welterweights. It's going to come down to psychology. It's going to come down to mindset. Both these guys have the skill set to beat each other. We've seen that, even though the first one, was a draw. Wilder has the power. Wilder has the power to knock out really anybody in the world. He just has to land that shot. And then we saw in the rematch, obviously I was at that fight, Tyson, beat him pillar to post, had his number, through and through. So where are we looking at this fight in terms of a psychological standpoint? Who's going to have that edge going in here? It seems like it's going to be Tyson Fury. He's brimming with confidence. He's coming off the win. But then I heard some stuff about him in his last camp. So there are some questions there as well. So in terms of the technical superiority and what that's going to matter, it's really hard to deal with when you're talking about a guy like Tyson Fury. He's so awkward. His head movement is erratic. And it's not even so much he's erratic physically, he's erratic up here too. You don't know what's going to show up. So that should be, it's tough to say like, with the jab of the body, that's going to be the move. It could be, but at the end of the day, Wilder is dangerous for every second of every round. I don't like this fight for Tyson Fury because I really want the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're fighting again. I didn't think it was exactly necessary at the last one, but Wilder's dangerous. Like I said, he can literally knock out anybody with one punch at any time, Tyson Fury included. So a loss here for Fury, and we don't see Joshua Fury, and I want to see that fight. That's me being, personally what I want.